The Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a very interesting team. They had a rough season last year with the Trevor Lawrence injury, but of course they draft Travis Hunter, the Heisman winner. They added some pieces on defense, and they're hoping to push for the division crown. What do you have for the Jaguars here?
Yeah, I think they can do it. They can. I mean, what's their competition? The Colts, Titans, like you know,
Houston.
Houston.
Let's see
I
how
mean,
that.
Houston, right? Like that. Houston's
Uh,
like the one that they have to really contend with, right? So I think they can do it. Again, it just depends on a lot on the health of Trevor Lawrence. But I think healthy Trevor Lawrence, I see him as a 9-win team, right up there competing with Houston, right in there for the wild card mix. So I'm definitely taking the over, and I do see them kind of in that mix for the playoff spots because I do think a healthy Trevor Lawrence makes the world of difference versus having to start Mac Jones and always playing from behind.
yeah,
So I do
sure,
think
sure.
they have a shot here.
Yeah, I have him at 7 wins, so I'm not quite as convinced. I'm not a believer in Trevor Lawrence anymore. I feel like he's always missing time and getting hurt, so I'm just not ready to bank on him. So yeah, 7 wins for me. ChatGPT has them at 8 wins, so right in that mix. I think Tennessee is going to be better. I don't think the Colts are going to be any better, but it's not as straightforward of a division. I think Houston has the potential to like really grab a hold of this division and just bank a bunch of wins against these teams. So they'll be fun. I mean, I'm going to be watching Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter and whoever they have at running back, which is a good segue to our next segment. But who was your fantasy pick here for the Jaguars?
Yeah, my sleeper guy is Tank Bigsby. I do think he gets the starter role, kind of where he gets more than 50% of the carries. But it just looks like there's going to be a three-way kind of committee here in Jacksonville. But I do think Tank gets enough like touchdown volume that he kind of becomes that kind of sleeper pick where you can kind of plug and play him, kind of like not too dissimilar to David Montgomery was doing it with the Lions. So I think that's kind of Bigsby's ceiling there. Bus, you're not gonna like this, Khalid. I'm going with your boy Travis Hunter.
Why
I
is he
just
my
don't see the
boy?
hype, but because you like him, you've always been like
I do.
hyping him
I
up.
do.
Yeah, you do. Did you draft him last night? You know, I don't know if you drafted him last night. Did you
I
draft Hunter
did
last night?
not.
Okay, you
I did
passed on him,
not. I
but
had it. I no, I didn't pass on him. I guess I passed on him to get Henderson, but this is
yeah,
in our dynasty draft, our rookie draft. So
yes, yes, yes.
I think I
Rookie
have him in
draft.
another league, which I'm excited about. I need to like revisit all my teams, remember who's
Yeah,
on my
we've got to do
squad.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
I
yeah,
just don't see it for him. I just don't see it for him year one. I think he has to figure out how to play receiver in the NFL. Yeah, I don't think he's. Don't get me wrong. He's super explosive, super dynamic. But I think if they want him to be a receiver, they got to stop this cornerback business and let him play full time receiver. I think the kind of like going between cornerback wide receiver is going to mess him up a bit, and I don't think it's going to be easy for him year one.
so I agree with you in the sense that it's a lot to take on, and I do think that eventually they will let him focus on one position or over the other. I think in this case it's going to be wide receiver. What I think is going to be different is, say for example, he went to Cleveland, and all of a sudden he's like the number one wide receiver because I would say he's probably better than I don't know someone like Jerry Judy, or he goes to some other team out there where it's like, hey, you are our number one wide receiver and maybe our number one cornerback as well. Instead, he's going to a team in Jacksonville that has a stud in Brian Thomas. That's like, this is an all pro, all world type wide receiver. Defenses are going to want to stop this guy. You're our wide receiver too. You're going to be facing, depending on where you line up, the second or third best defensive back on this team or on the defense. So I think in that sense, he gets to not fly under the radar, but also the fact that he's in Jacksonville helps him fly under the radar a little bit and take some more time versus if he went to one of these big market teams. So I think there's just a lot of things in his favor. Obviously, of course, I think he is very talented, and I think he's going to be fine. Um, all that to say, my sleeper is the other running back, Bashal Tutton or Tootin. I forget. I don't know how to say his last name. I think he is going to be like the change of pace back. Etienne just fumbles too much. He's just not that reliable. I think Etienne's going to be the odd man out, and that's why he is my bust pick. It's just if you can help it, I would just try to avoid this backfield situation, just because it's just so muddled. And any of these guys could end up being the RB1, and it might just be Travis Etienne. Who knows? Under a new regime. So just stay away from this team in general.